Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I would like to thank Subcommittee Chair Rick Crawford for holding this hearing on public transportation. During COVID-19, that pandemic, Americans were reminded about how important public transit is. Millions of essential workers rely on public transit to get to their jobs. During the worst days of the pandemic, bus drivers, train operators, station managers, and maintenance personnel risked their safety to make sure that other essential workers could get to their jobs. In doing so, hundreds of public transit workers lost their lives to COVID-19. We owe them a debt of gratitude, along with our continued commitment to give public transit employees safe workplaces and fair compensation. I would like to thank Greg Regan, the president of the Transit Trades Department, for being here today on behalf of those workers. The COVID relief funds, including the more than $30 million provided by this subcommittee as part of the American Rescue Plan, were part of our commitment to public transit workers and riders alike. Congress built on that commitment with the passage of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which provided a record $108 billion in funding for public transportation. Together, these investments, along with support from state and local governments, have created a foundation from which transit agencies can rebuild and recover. Changes in ridership, travel patterns, and commuting mean that transit agencies must rethink their service to ensure that they can meet the needs of their communities. Here in the nation's capital that I represent, the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority has made several recent changes that have supported its recovery. Last year, it launched Metro Lift, a program to provide reduced transit fares to low-income residents. It also increased service, including on nights and weekends, making public transit a more reliable and efficient option for travelers. And Metro is also working on redesigning its bus network. The changes will be based on extensive public comments with the goal of improving connectivity, equity, and access. Metro's efforts are already paying off. Earlier this month, Metro ridership surpassed pre-pandemic levels, and Metro Rail continues to show strong ridership recovery. Metro's success is critical to our region's public transit riders, but it is critical to our economy. Without public transit, our region would lose more than $9 billion, that's B with a billion, dollars worth of economic activity to traffic gridlock, delays in freight shipments, and lack of access to jobs and to the environment. And as we heard in recent testimony in this subcommittee, public transit is also critically important to riders in suburban and rural areas who depend on bus and paratransit service for access to jobs and medical appointments. Public transit is among the safest transportation modes and is 10 times safer than driving. The benefits of public transit are clear. It is equally clear that if we want the benefits that public transit brings, all levels of government must be willing to invest in it, all levels. Like many other modes of transportation, including most highways, public transit systems are not intended to turn a profit. The benefits from public transit investment include more successful businesses and stronger local economies. They include good jobs for public transit workers and connections to jobs for other workers. They include avoided traffic fatalities and fewer commutes down gridlock highways. They include cleaner air and better health outcomes. If those are the benefits we seek in our communities, we must be willing to invest in them. I look forward to working with colleagues to continue this committee's long history of supporting public transit. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.